Hi, everybody. Welcome to Storytime for the Big Kids, where we're going to continue off with where we left off last time with our book. Thanks. Nice ceiling, I know. With the book One True Way to carry on where we left off with the next chapters. So, Horses Don't Judge is the next chapter. That same weekend, Sam and I waved goodbye as Mom's Dodge Dart disappeared into a cloud of red dust. Sam wanted to go to the barn, but I insisted on homework first. Sam led the way to her bedroom, and as soon as she closed the door, I blurted out, "I know about Coach and Miss Holt." "Shh," Sam whispered, and she grabbed an album from the stack on her bookshelf, and put Frampton Comes Alive on her record player. She turned up the volume. "Now we can talk." Sam and I lay on the floor facing each other. I told her about Mum's dinner party, how I had watched Coach and Miss Holt, and about my talk with Mum after they had gone home. "I've known for a couple of months," Sam said. "Your mom's right. Most people pretend they're just roommates." That gave me a sad, achy feeling, the same way I felt when I thought about Dad. "At least they have the guts to be together," Sam said. "Think about it that way." She jumped onto her feet and played air guitar along with Peter Frampton. "Come on." I shook my head, afraid I'd look silly. "How about a duet?" Sam asked. She kept on until I gave in. We belted out Show Me the Way like two seventh-grade rock stars. I was self-conscious, but only a little bit. I wanted to spend every spare minute with Sam. When I was away from home, it was easier to forget about Eric and Dad. "See, that wasn't so bad." After making popcorn, Sam and I went back to her room to study Johnny Tremaine. "The language is so old-fashioned," she complained. "Yeah, but it's part of the fun. Listen while I imitate Miss Lapham." When I finished reading, Sam clapped. "You should try out for the school play. I bet you'd get a great part." I threw a piece of popcorn at her. "I'd probably pee my pants or die of stage fright." Sam laughed and threw a handful of popcorn at me. "I bet you'd be great." I wish I had as much confidence in myself as Sam had in me. Maybe that's why I liked her so much. Around her, I forgot to be scared. After we finished our homework, Sam and I ran towards the fenced-in pasture. Sweet! Oh, sweat trickled down my back. Sweet sweat. It was a lot hotter in North Carolina than in New Jersey. Sam leaned against the gate. She put her fingers to her lips and gave a shrill whistle. Penelope galloped towards us. I had to admit she was even more beautiful than in pictures. "Hey, Penny, how's it going, girl?" The horse perked her ears up towards Sam and lowered her head. Sam climbed on to the lowest rung of the gate so she could reach over and hug her. "Penny is my best friend in the world." It was silly to be jealous of a horse, but I wanted to be Sam's best friend. "You have a million friends at school. Why do you like Penny more than them?" "Horses don't judge," Sam said. "Penny doesn't care if I dress like a boy or about my report card or if I miss the winning basket. Penny just loves me." The breeze had blown Sam's hair into her eyes. I wanted to take my fingers and brush it back, but I didn't. "If you're worried about your clothes, I could go shopping with you." Sam shook her head. "I'm more comfortable this way. I feel stupid in a dress." She went on petting Penelope and didn't look at me. I needed to say something, but it had to be just right. "I wouldn't change a single thing about you. Not one." "Really?" "Yeah. Because of you, I'm on the newspaper staff, and I'm brave enough to ride a horse. At least, I think I am." Sam reached for my hand. She held it for a couple seconds before placing it on Penelope's neck. "No riding today. You and Penelope need to get to know each other first." "Okay." My voice came out all scratchy again. "Ribbit, ribbit," Sam said. I cleared my throat. "Ribbit, ribbit," I answered. Sam was my best friend, and I hoped that someday I'd be hers too. Next chapter. Allie Drake, cheerleading expert. Sunday afternoon was warm enough that Mom and Dad and I lounged on the front porch swing. She was reading a book Reverend Walker had recommended about dealing with grief. Johnny Tremaine lay across my lap, but I was thinking about Sam. How because of her I had tried new things, like singing out loud and spending time with a horse. When the phone rang, I raced to answer it. It was only Webster. I wanted to remind you about tomorrow's newspaper staff meeting. I'll be there. How's your revision coming along? All finished. I think you'll like it. Excellent. You're a pleasure to work with, Allie Drake. I danced down the hall like a teenager on American Bandstand. The pleasure was all mine. I could hardly wait to write another story. What's my next assignment? I'm working on it, Webb said. Don't worry, it'll be a good one. I hung up the phone and I danced out to the porch. Somebody's in a much better mood, Mum said. Webb said that I'm a pleasure to work with. That's wonderful, Allie. I'm so proud of you. I danced back towards the door. Where are you going now? Mum asked. To call Sam. Telling her would make my good news even better. Before school the next morning, I met Webb in Miss Holt's office. He slid 2 desks together and spread the newspaper from his briefcase across them. Dwayne Williams and I sat facing him. Webb pushed his glasses up with 2 fingers, but they slid back down. What have you got for me, Big D? Dwayne handed him some neatly typed pages, a recap of the football season and my predictions for basketball. Excellent, Webb said. I'll proof these and get them back to you. What byline do you want me to use? Same as last year, Dwayne Williams, roving news reporter. When it was my turn, I handed in my revision. Webb quickly read it through. This is excellent, Allie. He read it through a second time more slowly. I didn't catch a single mistake, not one, which means you're ready for your next assignment. My pencil is sharpened and my notebook is handy. What is it? How about interviewing Kelly Hutton, Webb said. Kelly was the Deb who was giving Sam paper to take notes. Okay, anything I should know about her? She's head cheerleader and full of school spirit. Wait until you see her at the pep rally. She's as nice as she is pretty, Dwayne said. At first glance, Kelly was just another Deb, but that would make writing about her more of a challenge. I'd have to keep my eyes open and search for an angle. I didn't want to stereotype her or have Webb say the article needed more depth. I wanted him to see that I could take criticism and improve. Got it. I'll have a profile by next Monday. In English class, Sam stared out the window. I wondered what she was thinking about. An old song Dad used to sing drifted through my mind. Dream a little dream of me. Neither Dad nor me had any musical talent, but we both loved listening to records. It was our thing to do together. Mrs. Holt rapped her knuckles on the desk. Sam, can you explain what an apprentice is and how it relates to Johnny Tremaine? Sam turned away from the window. Sorry, I was watching some kids play dodgeball. A few of our classmates giggled, but Mrs. Holt ignored them and cut Sam a break. What is an apprentice, and how does it relate to our story? Sam nodded. Oh, I know that one. An apprentice is like a student. Johnny was learning to be a silversmith. Mrs. Holt pressed her palms on her cheeks. Big smile spread across her face. That's a good answer. A very good answer. When Miss Holt called on Dwayne for the next question, Sam shifted in her seat and looked at me. Thanks, she whispered. I was happier than if I had aced the question myself. I spent the rest of English class watching Kelly Hutton. Her long, silky hair was parted down the middle. It was so shiny she could have been a Breek girl in one of the shampoo ads. Never heard of that, but whatever. It is the 70s after all. But what was she really like? That's what the reporter in me needed to know. I waited on Sam after class. Miss Holt was shocked when you knew the right answer. Sam grinned. I was expecting her to have Fred Sanford moment. Really? You know, when he grabs his chest and fakes a heart attack? Sanford and Son was a really funny TV show. I had pictured Fred. I used to watch Samson and Son. Sanford and Son. Oh my gosh. But I watched the reruns, in all fairness. I pictured Fred with his big tummy wearing suspenders and laughed. Sam punched me in the arm. Thanks again. You're the only reason I can even pronounce Johnny Tremaine. Sam was smarter than she gave herself credit for, but she did struggle to pay attention. My goofy imitation of Miss Lappin had helped with that. Ow. Hey, Allie, where do you want to sit at lunch? How about with the cheerleaders? You want to join the squad? Sam joked. I'm not nearly coordinated enough, but I, Allie Drake, pledged to become a cheerleading expert. Webb wants me to interview Kelly Hutton. The end. That's the end for tonight. That's where we're going and staying for tonight. So tune in again for the next chapters of One True Way with myself. Thanks for listening.